Hello again, guys. More chess puzzles. Let's jump right in. Okay, so we're in check. Our bishop's hanging. Hmm. We can potentially block with this pawn. Um, we're up in exchange, so if we could somehow get the queens off the board, and we're up a pawn as well, that's probably winning for us. The king can obviously just move, but then our bishop drops. Is there a way of saving the bishop? Not seeing it initially. Like the bishop can't block. It's the wrong color. Um, we are threatening, if this knight moves as well, we're threatening mated 1. Unless the knight moved here, in which case it could block. But that's worth bearing in mind. So even if he wins the bishop, let's say, so, I don't know, let's say we block with the pawn. He can take the bishop. We can then push the pawn again, and we're going to win the knight. Like, he doesn't have a good follow-up that I can see. Like, there's no immediate check. I guess he can move the queen back here. Check is. It starts getting a bit iffy because then I don't think we want to move the queen off this file. So we'd have to move the king here, and then potentially the bishop comes in with check. That could start getting a bit unpleasant. So maybe just king here initially. But it's still the same problem. So then take pawn here, bishop here, check. Oh no, sorry, we can't do that. We can't push the pawn. If we move the king here, and he takes the bishop, this pawn is now pinned to the king. So it's got to be one of those moves, I think. I've not seen any other possible moves. It's got to be king here or block here. I suppose another option might be, instead of pushing the pawn, we do king here, takes, and then rook here. He can defend the knight by playing one of these moves. I feel like we need to be able to push this pawn. So let's think about this. King here, take. Can also potentially consider rook here. The queen is going to want to defend this bishop, so he's going to have to go here. And then this knight's just hanging. He can't. The queen's overworked. there's two pieces under attack. The knight from the queen and this bishop from this rook. Because he has to move the queen out of the way, otherwise he loses the queen. And he can't defend them both. I feel pushing this pawn straight away is going to be dangerous because it opens up this diagonal for the bishop. And we're running out of time to win the knight. So I'm going to try moving the king. Okay. Oh, that's sad. Back down under 2700. Okay. Clearly I'm missing something here. So I guess it must have been this. And yet he takes the bishop. So why is that the right move? I guess the king can now run here. Maybe that's what I missed. Like, is this the right approach? No. Is this right? No. Maybe we run the king first? Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Is it attack the queen? It is. Yeah, and he can't defend the knight and the bishop, as we sort of said in the other situation we were looking at. So I guess then we just win the bishop, and we're still up in exchange. And the king, well, he's threatening to win the pawn on f3, but we can just trade queens, and then we've got a rook versus a knight that should be winning. Yeah, but I'm curious to look at what was wrong with what we tried. So yeah, the more I look at it, this doesn't seem right. That's apparently a draw now. So he can... yeah, I missed this. So he can just check us. I sort of got it fixated in my head that this knight couldn't move because we're threatening checkmate. But obviously a check doesn't count. We have to get out of the check first. And this is clearly, we run here. We're threatening checkmate, but he just simply plays h6. And we save our bishop. I mean, we're still up in exchange here, but clearly his pieces are just... like, he doesn't have a definitive attack against the king, clearly, but his pieces are active around our king, and maybe that's just enough to sort of force the draw. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter at this point. I'm just curious about this sort of thing. Bishop a5. Yeah, mobilizing his last piece. So all of his pieces are now active and sort of aimed at our king. He's got activity, which is sometimes, worth more than material, as it seems to be in this case. He's got a check. It comes in. He's just repeating now. We're just going back and forward. He's just checking. So clearly there's nothing better for him. He can't... so it's perpetual check. That's why it's a draw. Fair enough. A bit sad about that one, guys. That's ended my 11 in a row streak. But it had to happen sometime. It was a really good run. Still being positive about this. We can get back over 2700 again, I'm sure, very soon. But I guess the lesson to take away from this one is I should have just calculated more concretely. I also missed. I just missed this check. Like, it seems so obvious now. You know, it's obvious. Look at it. I mean, king here, check. Just missed that. So a little bit of a blind spot there. It's important to consider checks, not only from your own point of view. They tend to be so key to a lot of these puzzles. Checks. They're forcing. You know, they can lead to checkmate. Blah blah blah. But when you're looking at lines, you need to consider your opponent's checks as well. And I failed to do that, and that's why I didn't get this one. I think because I think if I'd seen that check, this would have immediately been screaming out as "Don't do that," and I probably would have been leaning more towards this. But anyway, that's that one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like that, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.